All right, let's talk about something big, and I mean really big in phone world terms. Because right now, it looks like Apple might lose its usual head start, and that could shake up the entire smartphone game. Here's the gist first. Apple, Qualcomm, and MediaTek might all launch their next super powerful chips at the same time. Same month, same season, same hype window. And yes, chaos may follow. For years, Apple has had a very nice advantage. Apple launches iPhones in September, everyone talks about iPhones. Reviews drop, people pre-order, sales explode. Android brands? They usually come later, weeks or even months later. So Apple gets this quiet little moment to shine alone. But now, that breathing space might be gone. According to multiple reports, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6, MediaTek Dimensity 9600, and Apple's A20 chip could all show up around September, same time as the iPhone 18. That means Android phones could hit stores while Apple is still on stage showing slides, and that's huge. Now let's talk about why everyone is freaking out about this. These chips are not normal upgrades, they are 2nm chips. If that sounds confusing, don't worry, here's the easy way to think about it. Smaller number equals faster phones, better battery life, less heat, more power for games and AI. So 2nm is like, okay, we are officially in the future now. Apple has always been first to new chip tech, but this time Android might show up at the party early. Qualcomm and MediaTek chips could arrive the same month as Apple's A20. That means reviewers won't just say, wow, Apple is so fast. Instead, they'll say, okay, Apple is fast, but Android is also fast, and Apple does not love that sentence. Now let's talk about the factories, because chips don't grow on trees. They are made by foundries, basically super high-tech chip factories. And there are two big names here. TSMC, Samsung Foundry. TSMC is Apple's favorite child. Apple has trusted TSMC for years, and according to leaks, Apple will stick with TSMC's N2 process for the A20 chip. Safe, reliable, no drama. Qualcomm and MediaTek, that's where things get spicy. Some reports say Qualcomm chips might be made by Samsung. Samsung could win back premium chip orders. Samsung Foundry redemption arc? But other reports say, nope, too late, Qualcomm already locked TSMC. So right now, it's like, Samsung says, pick me. TSMC says, they already did. Awkward. One rumor says Samsung might even make a custom Snapdragon chip just for the Galaxy S27 Ultra. Not Exynos, not normal Snapdragon, a special tuned version. That sounds cool, but also very risky, because Samsung Foundry has struggled before with yields and heat, and Qualcomm does not like surprises when billions of dollars are involved. So many experts think Samsung's role, if any, is future chips, not Gen 6. Now, here's another problem nobody likes talking about: memory shortages. Phones don't just need chips, they need DRAM, the main memory. And DRAM supply is getting tight. If memory is short, phones get delayed. Simple as that. So even if chips are ready, one missing part can ruin everything. Yes, one tiny piece can delay million-dollar launches. Technology is fun like that. Now let's shift back to Apple, because Apple always has a twist. Apple's iPhone 18 launch might not be one big September event. According to reports, Apple could launch high-end iPhone 18 models in 2026, delay regular iPhone 18 to early 2027. Why? Because Apple wants to protect margins and focus on premium buyers. Basically, let the rich people go first. Classic Apple move. Tim Cook has already said demand is staggering, which is CEO language for we're selling like crazy. So Apple isn't scared, but they are definitely watching Android closely. Because if Android phones with 2nm chips launch at the same time, Apple loses attention, and attention is money. MediaTek has already confirmed something important. They said their 2nm chip is taped out. It uses TSMC's enhanced N2. First real devices expected late 2026. Translation: this is real, not a rumor. So MediaTek is coming in hot, and MediaTek has been leveling up fast. This is no longer the cheap phone chip company. This is we want the throne too. TSMC, by the way, is already producing 2nm chips. They started volume production in late 2025, and these chips use nanosheet transistors. You don't need to understand that name, just know this: better power, better speed, better efficiency. Basically, your phone does more while sweating less. Relatable. But here's the big reality check. All of this September launch talk is still speculation. A lot of it comes from Weibo tipsters, supply chain whispers, trust me bro sources. And chip plans change all the time. One delay, one bad yield, one missing memory chip. Boom, timeline destroyed. So Apple could still end up alone in September. Or we could see the messiest phone launch season ever. Apple versus Qualcomm versus MediaTek, all swinging at once. Reviewers stressed, buyers confused, comment sections on fire. So if Qualcomm and MediaTek really lock in September launches, and if Samsung somehow sneaks into 2nm production, then iPhone season won't be quiet anymore. It'll be loud, crowded, and competitive, which honestly is amazing for us. More competition means better phones. So now we wait. Not for tweets, not for leaks, but for launch dates, factory orders, and real products. That's when we'll know who's bluffing and who's ready. Because if Android shows up early this time, Apple's usual head start, yeah, that might finally be over.